All signs point to this. With the Harbaugh regime in place, we all knew changes would be coming. We've heard in recent days that Kayvon Thibodeau might be out, but now there's another name that Giants fans are super familiar with, and a name that's become a little bit popular with them, especially in the last 2 seasons, that could be on his way out. Who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson. Now, Robinson, is no secret, is heading into free agency in this offseason, which we're approaching very, very fast. And Connor Hughes of SNY has something really interesting to say about Wan'Dale Robinson and his future with the organization. So Connor Hughes said Wan'Dale Robinson's free agency market is strong, and it's looking likely that he'll play somewhere else in 2026. He also mentioned that the team to watch out for when it comes to Wan'Dale Robinson is the Tennessee Titans. And let's think about that for a moment, folks. Why would the Tennessee Titans be so interested in Wan'Dale Robinson? Well, could it be that Giants' former head coach Brian Daboll is currently the Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator there? Of course it could. You know, Robinson, like I said, super solid for the Giants throughout his career, really been able to come on strong the last 2 seasons. Brian Daboll's got familiarity with him, so he slots right in with X's and O's and schemes and whatnot. And by the way, the former number one overall pick Cam Ward, the 2025 number one overall pick Cam Ward, is currently the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, which was a big reason why Daboll took that job. And he wants to surround his quarterback with the best weapons. So he feels like Wan'Dale Robinson is somebody that can help get the best out of his quarterback and the production of his team. He's going to do it. Now, Wan'Dale Robinson, as I said, has been very solid for the Giants. When you get into some of the stats that he's had, came in during the 2022 season, and in his career, what he's amassed is 2,465 yards receiving. He's had 268 receptions in his career. He's also been targeted 389 times, and that's with the fact that he's had to work with a few different quarterbacks as well, playing with guys like Daniel Jones. He's played with Russell Wilson. He's played with Jaxson Dart. He's played with Jameis Winston, among a couple other guys as well. And he's been solid with each of them. But in these last 2 seasons specifically, he had back-to-back 90 reception seasons. So in 2024, he had 93 receptions. And in 2025, he had 92 receptions. 2025, this past season, being the best year of his career. It was 1,000-yard receiving season for him. 4 touchdowns on the year and a 42.9% success rate. So that's definitely something to behold there. And then as an aside from that, he's played 54 games in his career. He started 33, so the durability is there as well. The Giants are going to be losing a lot in Wan'Dale Robinson, but the thing to note when it comes to the Giants is the cap situation, reshaping the team, and the difficult decisions of who stays and who goes. Now, the whole point of me saying that is the fact that Ryan Dunleavy, who covers the team for the New York Post, mentioned this specifically regarding them, and that was that he believed in order of most likely to stay, most likely to go, in his opinion, of course, educated opinion. When it comes to the Giants free agents, he believes number one most likely to stay would be Daniel Bellinger. Then you got Jermaine Illuminor, who we'll talk about pretty soon as well. In regards to his free agency and what the Giants are doing there. But you've got him as a number 2 is most likely to stay. Then you got Micah McFadden. That linebacker room is definitely thin right now, especially with Bobby Okereke getting cut. Then you go down to Cordell Flott and Wan'Dale Robinson, 2 young guys for the Giants who have been extremely solid for them. And that's where the tough decisions come into place, because you've got Malik Nabers, who you're eventually going to have to pay pretty soon here. Darius Slayton's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like he's going to be a cut candidate either from the way that things are sounding. So Wan'Dale Robinson, who Connor Hughes already said it, is going to have a strong market. It's going to be tough to re-sign a guy like that. And another aside from this will be the fact that you've got you don't have the flexibility to keep a guy like Wan'Dale Robinson when you consider the cap situation that the Giants are dealing with as well. Now, on that side of things, Wan'Dale Robinson is expected to make around 3 years, 21 million according to PFF. 21 million average per year. That's at the age of 25. You know, for a team like the Giants, you'd probably rather just bring someone in possibly cheaper, even if not cheaper, a little more proven than what Wan'Dale Robinson has done. Because the truth of the matter is that this roster isn't John Harbaugh's. He's in that element of, hey, I'm cooking the meal and I'm shopping for the groceries, as the great, Bill Parcells once said. So you've got that in your back pocket. But then when you look at the Giants' situation with their cap as well, it's kind of tough to be able to keep a guy like Wan'Dale in place. The whole reason that I'm saying that, sorry, I'm having some difficulties here, but the whole reason that I'm saying that is when you look at the Giants' cap situation. Right now, the Giants currently have in total cap liabilities $294,300,728, right? In the top 51, the cap space that they currently have to play with is only $9,794,521. And those things have to be spent. Those funds have to be spent wisely. And that's what makes things so difficult for Robinson. So when you look at what they have in place here, number one, even with him leaving, you got to believe that they're going to bring a top replacement in, whether it be the draft or in free agency. And you probably got to think at some point they're going to pick up another wide receiver in the draft, whether it's in the mid to later rounds, and then just see what happens. But the Giants are also going to be a ground and pound team, which makes it more like illogical to want to sign Wan'Dale Robinson for that much money. There's already a ton of rumors out there that they want to sign Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP. You know he's not going to be cheap when you're bringing him in. And it's just like, where does the money come from to bring some of these guys in? Tough decisions need to be made. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's a smart move to let Wan'Dale walk, or do you think he should stay? If you like this and want to hear more, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Rich Perez, and this is your Giants Digest.